Hey guys, guess what? Quest 64. A much better game than Aiden Chronicles. Um, we're gonna be having some fun with this one. This is a game I played a lot a couple years back. A lot of people don't like it because it was a very, very difficult game. But it has some very good music, the graphics were very good for its time, and if you know what you're doing, it's really not that bad. This is our hero Brian standing on the portrait here. Now I'm gonna let it scroll through all this. Enjoy the story while it's here, because this is one of those older kind of Dragon Quest-y games where it's mostly about exploring and getting to the next area and eventually winning the game. There's not much in the way of story. Which is, admittedly, another reason why the game was bashed so hard. But it still scored higher than classic Creep Capers, so there you go. Which got a stunning 2.9 on GameFAQs. Actually, I was looking at the other day. Plus, this game had some really good music. And this is our main plot MacGuffin, the Elletale book, which is, I guess, a magic book that protects the land. And because it was stolen, all the stuff it was keeping under spell went wrong. We're going to start a new file. And the text is very pink. Please, ignore that. I think that's actually how it is. And Brian's father has gone missing, which prompts us to go off looking for him. Lord Bartholomew, Brian Bartholomew. Yes, our father went after the Elletale book before us, and he's not had much luck. Oh no, what if an evil person like Ganondorf got this book? Oh wait, wrong story. And I'm actually gonna turn the, music up a bit here. Because I want to make sure everyone hears this music. Because the music in this game is wonderful. Oh! Hey, frame skip is still off from the credits. Ignore that. Anyway, this game has a rather simple combat system. You've got 4 stats: HP, MP, defense, and agility. They're fairly obvious what they do. Defense is damage reduction, agility is dodge. And this game is based on a the more you use it, the better it gets system. So the more hits you take, the more HP you get, the more spells you cast, the more mana you get. And this is your mage that focuses on the elements. We'll get more into that in a minute. Also, that's gotten really loud. Hang on. There we go. So we're going to wander around the castle for a little bit, do some exploring before we set out on our adventure. Maybe find some goodies. Also, for those of you interested in playing this game either on your own or alongside, do not use your healing items. Ever. Aside from boss fights, don't touch the healing items. Because much like this game is based on a use as you earn as you use it, there's no money, there's no stores. NPCs are based around giving you one of an item, and if you already have one, they will not give it to you. So you want to talk to the NPCs before you loot chests, and also the monsters will drop items if you don't have any of them, but they won't if you do. So you want to be very, very careful with your healing items. On that note, raise your water magic to 6 as fast as you can, and you'll get the healing spell, and life gets a lot easier, because it's a lot more renewable than the healing items are. Although it's a lot worse as well, the healing items are definitely better. Without getting too much into the magic system, we're going to be specializing in wind and water, and possibly later on, when I get wind maxed out and water pretty high, we may dabble in earth as well. Some people prefer to max 2 elements, some people prefer to dabble in all of them. Some will take one all the way, but they're pretty crazy, because you need water. Like, crazy. Water's a terrible attack element, but it's got the healing spells and a lot of good utility. Also hold B to rotate your camera. Anyway, just wandering around the castle here. There's a priest. There's a little floor mat with the elements. The elements are pretty big in this game. They kind of control everything, I guess. Me and one of my friends spent years and years playing this game when we grew up. We love this game. Pat here gives you a fresh bread. Take it before you open the chest. I think there's a different item here, but it's still worth it. There's nothing else in here. The other thing, too, is your inventory has no size limit. So, you know, aside from the don't use anything, loot everything as much as you can. Also, we're going to come over this way before we set off on our journey and go check out the stables. Hey, a horse! Nay! And there's a man sleeping in the hay. Actually, that's not a man sleeping in the hay. When you see those little bubbles, see them coming out of the hay, it may be difficult to see on YouTube. That's a spirit. And there's 100 of them, 99 of them scattered around the... There's a lot of them. And they'll give you a free level in an element. Now, I know I said to raise water to 6 as fast as you can, but I'm going to be putting wind to 4 before that, to get the first real attack spell in wind. Because the first wind attack spell is kind of trashy. You need the level 4 one to do much. But beyond that, we're just going to be kind of focusing on wind as our primary and water as our secondary. And regardless of which element you focus on, you'll always have at least one boss that's really troublesome, because they're your, air quotes, primary element. And water's very bad. All the water attack spells shoot up right at your feet, and they don't really move, aside from 1 or 2. Wind has very accurate stuff. Earth has large things. They don't fly very far, but they hit a lot of dudes. And fire's just your straight up damage, 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 damage. Oh, and one place you always want to go to in every town, see this little pot symbol? You want to go here and talk to the man behind the counter, because he'll give you wings that teleport you back to that town, which don't work in caves and whatnot. That's what he told you. Anyway, he gives you these wings, and you can always warp back to that town from then on. They are consumable, but he will, like I said before, give you another pair if you don't have one in your inventory. So do keep that in mind. And just gonna wander around town, finish off this video, and next time I'm thinking we're going to finally get out into the world and do some training. Death in this game is not really a big deal. They just send you back to the last inn you used. On that note, we're going to swing by the inn, which is over this way. Oh, if I can get around the little fences. The inn always has this little metal house on it. And it's also important to note that speaking to the innkeeper and telling them you'll stay automatically refills your health. You can see some of my older files here. But you don't even have to save. It just flat out refills your HP MP. You can just back out right here. But we're gonna save. And we're gonna talk to Shannon here. She's another traveler like ourselves. We'll be banging into each other a lot more. She's just another traveler. We'll see. Mostly fluff. She doesn't actually do much. Any goodies to steal? Requisition. Or something. That means less than steal. Okay, I think that's everything in the town. Although I want to check up on that hill one more time. I don't remember if there's a spirit or not. You really want to seek out the spirits in this game, because that's what... The other thing, too, is the spirits determine your level. Aha! See, I thought so. See the bubbles? Yes. We're going to put that one in the wind as well. Also, the other thing is to access your spells, they're tied to the C buttons. Up is fire, left is earth, down is water, right is wind. Here's a spell menu. You select a spell, and then you keep on going through the menu. Like if you go wind, you see how they're sorted out by the elements there. They're still all wind. It's just a little menu. Well, I'm not actually sure if each slot is filled with like a certain thing, like if all the ones on the fire side are the attack spells or something. Might be. Anyway, we are going to wait right here. We're going to end the video here. And I will see you guys next time when we set out into the world.